Until now, we have gone through various technical aspects of software development process. We went through the entire software development life cycle, starting from identifying requirements, doing user studies, to design, development, coding and testing. We also looked at key practices and processes in each stage. Is that all? No. This week we will be looking at other aspects related to software engineering. Skills such as communication and collaboration. You might not necessarily associate these skills with software engineers, but they are as important as technical skills and practices that you have learnt in the previous weeks. Let us look at roles in a software company. How is software built? As you saw in the previous weeks, it is not a one-person job, it is a team effort, and it requires communication and coordination with different people of different job roles, right, starting from the client to the various developers to the marketing and the sales and so on. Now if you think about it, what is the purpose of the software company? Is it just to create products? No. The goal is to provide something of value to the potential users, right. The software is a means to an end. So a software which is not used by anyone is not going to provide any value. Hence, it is very important to ensure that this communication happens smoothly between teams and within a team. So in a software organization, people take on different roles to achieve this value for the customer. In this video, we will take a look at different roles that people take in a software organization. So let us look at these different roles. Before we jump into it, here is a reflection spot. Imagine that you are a software developer working in a software company that wants to, let us say, build the Amazon seller portal. What are other types of roles in the company that are important beyond the design, development, testing and maintenance of the software?
Okay, so now let's look at what are the different roles in a software company. Now, one such role is that of the marketing team. So what does the marketing team do? The marketing team looks for opportunities in the market. So where can we actually provide value to users? That's what a marketing team does. And how do they do it? Well, they conduct market research, they identify audiences, and they see what type of solutions are needed. So the marketing team mainly does things which promote the company as well as sell its services and products to customers. And the marketing team also plays an important role in communicating to its audience. Another important job role is that of the product managers. So product managers, they work in the intersection of business, technology and user experience. So product managers work closely with the marketing team and sales. They should understand what the business goals are and how the product will maximize the return on investment. They should also be well versed with technology. Well, they do not necessarily write code, but they should know the technology stack and understand the level of effort involved, as well as they should be able to take important technical decisions. Third, product managers also should look at the user experience. They should be passionate about the user and what the user actually wants from the product. Hence, product managers have to balance all these three needs, that of the business, technology, and user experience, and they have to make hard decisions and trade-offs. Another important role is that of a designer. So designers have user experience or UI roles, and their main job is to transform the requirements into solutions. We saw this in the first few weeks, right? And they decide how the software will provide value. Again, they also talk to users, they create prototypes, and the design undergoes multiple revisions. And then we have software engineers, right? So software engineers, they write code with others in the team to implement the requirements which are given to them by the product managers and designers. So it is important to note that software engineers usually don't get to decide what product has to be made or what problems the product solves. So these decisions are generally made by the product managers and designers. And this is usually what happens in medium and large size companies. However, in startups or in small teams, many of these roles are rolled into one, and software engineers can make decisions on how the product should be built as well.
In large organizations where the teams are large, transmitting information between the various levels of the teams is very important. So often this job is done by the engineering managers, or also known as the project manager of the entire project. We looked at the roles and responsibilities of the project manager in the first few weeks, such as organizing and prioritizing the work, managing the schedule, identifying what resources are needed for the team, and coordination, and so on. So what is the role of the sales team? Like in any other company, software is a product. So the role of the sales team is similar to any product company's sales team. Basically, the idea is to take the product that has been built and try to sell it to users that the marketing team has identified. The sales team also provides feedback to the marketing, to the product development and the design teams regarding the product, feedback from the users, feedback for creating the next version, what additional features users have asked for, and so on. And this feedback is then taken by the engineers for the next cycle of development. Another important team is the support team. We might not think of this as very major, but it is a crucial role that is important for the users of the product. So every software product has a support team. What is the role of the support team? The idea is to help users when they get stuck at any point. So you are all familiar with helplines and chat bots and so on. So this is the support team's role. So they sometimes have to check the documentation to answer the query, but ideally you need the team to be able to resolve this reports of difficulties and bugs either through email or through chat or even through phone. So this entire role is done by the support team, and here again there are multiple levels. So there will be a level 1 support which will try to address most of the commonly asked queries, maybe even in terms of FAQs or frequently asked questions, and then if there are queries or bugs which have been identified by users which cannot be handled by the level 1, it is escalated to level 2 and so on and so forth. Like the sales team, the support team can also give feedback to the product, the design and the engineering teams about what are commonly encountered defects or shortcomings in the product that are being reported by the users.
Now there are other roles which are becoming more prominent in recent times in software companies. Okay, one such role is that of a data scientist. So data scientists, they look at data generated from different teams or from users, and using this data, they help the company or the organization make better decisions. For example, they help the marketing team analyze the business data. They can track sales targets. They can maybe help engineers understand patterns on the usage of an app. So based on these findings and insights, important decisions regarding future releases and even the direction which the company should take can be decided from this data. Another type of role in software companies is that of ethics and policy specialists. And these are people usually with a background in law, social science, policy, etc. And their expertise is required in shaping the terms of service of the software product, software licenses, privacy policy, etc. And any company that works with data, especially those that work with data at large scale or which provide software which has potential for misuse, needs help from ethics and policy specialists.
So what's the key point? The key point is it's not sufficient for engineers to focus only on their work. They have to work with a lot of people in different roles, and it's important to consider other perspectives. It's important to communicate and collaborate well with others. We will focus on that in the next video.